FrightFest rolls on yet again with Mega Time Squad, a movie that may have the most outlandish plot of all the movies that are being featured at FrightFest this year. Directed by Tim Van Damme, he has created a movie that is extremely wacky and highly entertaining. This movie revolves around Jono, a low-level criminal, the low man on the totem pole who works for this low-life gangster in this small town, and he has delusions of grandeur. He's having trouble with his life, doesn't like the way its direction is going, and doesn't like the things that are kind of happening. He wants to elevate himself, and if that means stepping over his boss's head, he might just do that. And when an opportunity arrives to rob a Chinese consortium, he decides that him and his friend could take the money, start their own kind of gangster squad, and take over this small town. But of course, the movie wouldn't be any kind of movie if it was as simple as that. And Jono discovers, while robbing the Chinese person, that he also snatches this weird bracelet. And wouldn't you know it, the bracelet has time travelling powers. This is one of my favourite things about the movie. It's not scientific based, it's mystical. This is the bracelet, this is what it does, boom. It travels back a few minutes in time, and what we have there is not a scientific study, not somebody going, look, you can't do this, you can't do that with time travel. You have this guy who's not the smartest guy ever and decides to just start pressing this button randomly to see what's going to happen. And there ends up being lots of Jonos running about causing chaos, and he in essence creates a gang of his own, of him. All multiples of him are all driving towards the one goal: take out the gangland boss that just tried to kill him, save the day, get the girl, happy days, everything's going to be fine. But there's other obstacles in the way, and I really loved that the heart of all this craziness was the character of Johnny and his relationship with Kelly, a woman he meets that is working for the boss, the gangster. And when you boil it down, it's pretty much a romantic movie, as he tries to learn what he wants in life may not be what he wants, and what he wants is really this woman, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get this woman into his life. And I like the fact that we've got all this craziness going on round about this movie, and it is loaded with craziness. It is a comedy, adventure, action, science fiction, bloody movie. It does live up to the FrightFest tag. It has a little bit of everything, and it's incredibly funny. There was moments that had me holding my sides in laughter, just killing myself at how ridiculous some of the humour was. And initially I was a little bit, put back with the way the humour was and the craziness of the plot, but it won me over very quickly, and I was into this movie. This is one of these movies that I am going to highly recommend as something you have to check out. The name and the plot make it sound more wackier than it actually is, and this is one of these movies that I am going to continually force down people's throats, as in, you have got to check this out. It is going to be a cult classic in years to come. From the characters, the situations, the things they get into are just so funny, bloody, gobsmacking, and downright hilarious that it's a movie that you must search out. You have to check it out. I think this is going to be one of my new favourites, definitely one that I'm going to be talking about for a long while to come. Mega Time Squad is marvellous. It has that strange Kiwi humour that we've come to know and love in several other movies, but Tim Van Damme puts his own stamp on it. It's very nicely shot. It's got a great concise story. I love the permutations of the time travel and how it's constantly affecting itself. I love the interactions between Johnny and other Johnnies and how they started to fragment their ideas of what they wanted to do. They weren't one continuous hive mind. They all had their own identities that would fracture from their choices. It's really nicely staged and set up, and like I said, this thing is just laugh out loud funny. You want to get a group of people together, get the drinks flowing, and you will have a great time. Because that's what I'm going to do. Every time I've got somebody over, I'm going to throw this thing on and just see their reaction and just how much they love it. Probably as much as I did, hopefully. Mega Time Squad is something you need to search out. You have to see, and I think you will love it. If you have happened to seen it, or if you've seen the trailers, or have any opinions about this movie whatsoever, drop them down in the comment box below. And I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.